Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's me, Mysterious Cameraman, and today I'm reviewing a new fan film from Buckeye Studios called Kaine Parker, the Scarlet Spider. So, this is an interesting fan film for me, so I'm going to talk about it, and then it's going to be a little bit of a shorter review. I don't have so much to say about it, but yeah, let's jump into it. Yes, I do want to add that they did win the Fan Film Awards. Spider-Man Dead No More did win the Fan Film Awards in 2023. They won the Choreography Award, the Best Marvel Fan Film, and the Best Fan Film of the Year. So that was obviously huge for them. I don't even know if they commented. I don't remember if they actually saw awards. I don't remember fully. If they did, congratulations. If you're just learning that, congratulations. It wasn't such a huge event, so I wouldn't be shocked, and their channel's is massive, so yeah. But their studio is interesting, I will say. They produce a lot of content. There was a fan film they came out with in October. It's called Alias, something like that. It was, what was it, X-23 and Jessica Jones? It was something like that. I watched in December, I think, before the Fan Film Awards. I don't remember much about it, so I can't say much. I never ended up reviewing it, but I will say that they do a very interesting thing with their fan films. This is the point I'm trying to get to. Spider-Man Dead No More was an incredible fan film, and it's their best video I think they've ever produced. However, their other fan films aren't the strongest, I'll say. Power Man and Iron Fist. What was the other one? Punisher Blood Dead. I don't remember much about the other fan films, so I'm not going to speak about that one. But those two I remember specifically were 15 minutes, and there was a 5-minute dialogue that was completely exposition, and I just didn't love those fan films much. And those fan films aren't promoted much as well, but I was very excited to see this one because I really think that Buckeye Studios does produce some good projects. And I will say, this was very impressive. This was a very impressive fan film. I really enjoyed watching this. It was 40 minutes, so it was longer. It felt like it had plot. And I will say that Buckeye Studios is really good at Spider-Man projects. I'll say that. And it is very good stunts. But it was very clear from the start, for me at least, that they were very interested in telling this story. I feel with some of their fan films, it doesn't make it seem like they actually necessarily want to tell the story that they're telling. And they're kind of just feeling like they have to tell it. But I really enjoyed the story that they were telling here. I thought it was a very good, overall, I really enjoyed the Kaine Parker story. It was very much Spider-Man focused, and I do like that. I think they do better when they're telling a Spider-Man story. And I will say, they have a strong Spider-Man actor. The director who plays Peter Parker, who also plays Kaine Parker, they do an excellent job in this. I am happy they kept Spider-Man in the suit the whole time, because if not, then it would be weird with two Peter Parker looking people. But it makes sense. I really enjoyed what they did with that. And overall, I enjoyed the film. It was definitely edgy, it was definitely dark, and I really enjoyed what they did with it, how they were kind of a villain throughout it. And yeah, I did like Gwen also going against Peter, and Gwen being like, ugh, I need this, how are you doing this again? Because of the symbiote, obviously. And then Gwen's like, I need Murdoch's help. So she goes to Murdoch, and all that stuff happens. And I'll say, I really do like the story in this. I do like Daredevil kind of being the villain almost. But I really like the characterization of Kaine Parker. I really like how he's a little darker, a little edgier than Peter. And because we also see symbiote Peter in this, even though we don't see much of the symbiote, we do see the contrast between Peter, Gwen, and Kaine. And how they are kind of, Gwen and Peter, and even Daredevil, I'd say, all kind of think they're doing the right thing, while Kaine is very clearly the bad guy. I will say, I don't love how always the edginess of this film. I think there's plenty of points where it is way too dark, and it's oh yeah, let's just make this scene another scene, just a third or fourth or fifth scene of him walking around to edgy music. There were a few of those, and he was just kind of walking around. There was a little too much of those, in my opinion, because it happened too often. Like, it was like once or twice I understand it, but there were too many points in the film where I feel like it was him just walking to edgy music. Because I don't feel like one of the flaws I'd say is they didn't always know what to do with Kaine. Kaine isn't necessarily such a great main character for such a long film like this. I feel like it's a little too long for Kaine to be the center focus of it. So I think when we're looking at the film and it's really like Kaine centric at like the point, like if you're really thinking like Kaine is the main character and you really get down to the point like what is this film about, there aren't many characters for Kaine to talk to and things like that. So this, as much as of a Kaine Parker film this is, there's just as much screen time given to Daredevil and Gwen. Even though there's a little less, there's still so much screen time given to them because there isn't always stuff to do with Kaine. And I think that's just the way that they made this film, and I understand why they made it, and I still love the film. But I think that's also something like Kaine isn't the best main character, and we even saw that in this film with how there wasn't the entire film was really Kaine. There were plenty of scenes in this film that weren't Kaine-centric. And I feel like if you're saying that a lot of the issue is Kaine not having people to talk to or stuff like that, then maybe there's a deeper issue. Like, why did we make this film then? But let's get into the 6 points. Directing-wise, this was directed very well. I feel like they have some very good shots in this, especially when it comes to choreography, which I'll get to later. But I really like all the shots in this, and I feel like this is directed very well. Editing, I think the editing is fine. For a studio that is so good, and with what they did in Power Man and Iron Fist, I will say that I didn't love necessarily the web editing in this. I feel like with the editing that I've seen Buckeye Studios do, they could have done a little better. But like, I get what you're saying. I get what I'm trying to say. I don't know how to describe what I'm trying to say, but I feel like they could have done a little more with the web effects, maybe. I don't really know if they like, but I feel like the web effects were a little weak at times, but overall I did really enjoy the editing in this. Acting in this was very good. I really like the acting, I'll say. I think the majority of the performances were very good. Story in this was good. I'll say I did enjoy the story. I didn't love the story, though. I like the general story. I felt like the story was stretched out too much, though. I think if this film was 30 minutes, I think it could have been a little better, but... what's next? Choreography. Choreography in this was very good. I enjoyed all the fight scenes in this. They do very good jobs at editing choreography and stuff. And I feel like, especially with Kaine Parker, I really like how they use the knives and stuff in Daredevil with the billy clubs. I really enjoyed the way that they used the choreography and how they used Daredevil's senses and stuff. And music in this, I didn't love it personally, but I feel like I get the aesthetic they were going for. And overall, yeah, that's my review of Kaine Parker, the Scarlet Spider. Besides that, thank you so much for watching this video. See you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.